Okay, so yes, welcome to our stretchy and sweaty session. We're going to focus mainly on our opening of shoulders, so opening this way, and our back bends, with a few fun things to try us in the meantime. But yeah, if you could have something like a chair for some of the exercises, that would be super helpful. But for the beginning, let's just get nicely warmed up. So we're going to start with 4 big deep breaths, taking it in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let me just bring that up slightly. And taking the arms up and down as we go. So number 1, lifting it all the way up. Inhaling, reaching it up. Exhale, folding it forwards. Number 2, lifting it up. Exhale. Number 3. And letting it all go. Lovely. Last one, biggest one yet. And relax. Lovely. Standing it up, pull the shoulders back. We're just going to do a little bit of movement. Take yourself from one side to the next. I'm not going to do the same warm-up as I normally do. I'm going to do a few changes, but I wanted to start it the same. Just circling around the ankle, get a little bit of movement going, change direction, and then switch over, circle round, and change direction. Lovely. I want you to just walk through your legs, giving yourself a little bit of a dance or a little jig. How you take your arms from side to side. Feel like maybe we're having a little bit of a dance here. And we're going to take them up above our head. Just getting the blood going. And take it back to the centre. And then down around you. Maybe a little bit of flossing. And take it back up to chest height. Take yourself round in the circle. And back the other way. Lovely. Taking it up to the top. Round the circle. Back the other way. A little party, a little dance. And then taking it back down. Lovely. And then walking it just so it's through the legs again. So just bringing it down a little bit. Good. So hopefully we'll just have a little bit of movement in there. Lovely. From here, we're going to pull our shoulders up, pulling them round, reaching them all the way up, all the way back, and all the way down. And while we're doing our shoulder circles, I really want you to think about taking your shoulders round to their extremities. So I'm pulling my shoulders down as much as they can, forward as much as they can, up as much as they can, back as much as they can. So just taking it big, round, slow circles. And change direction, taking it back the other way, lifting it up, down, and up, and back round again. Lovely. So again, just taking it through as much as possible. Lovely. Good. From here, just pinning the shoulders together at the back. So squeezing the shoulder blades, opening up the chest, rounding it over the other way. And open, and round, and open, and round. Lovely. Interlinking the fingers at the back, pull the shoulders down, opening up the chest, lift the arms up, feeling a bit of a stretch across the front of the chest, and let's fold it forward, taking the hands over the top of our head. Lovely. Let go of the hands, bend the knees, rolling it back up, interlinking the fingers at the front, really pulling on the arms to just separate the shoulder blades at the back and just take your gaze down to the floor. Lovely. And then from here, let them go and taking your hands out to the side. You're going to do small circles forward. So little tight circles forward. Lovely. And circling them backwards. Good. And circling back forwards. And taking it backwards. Good. Take your palms to the front, pushing it in. So there's not much movement. I'm just gently pushing in. Lovely. Palms to the back, pushing back. Lovely. Palms down, pushing down. Palms up, pushing up. Lovely. Reaching the hands up nice and high. We take one arm forward, one arm back. Ooh. Lovely, jubbly, and then taking it to the top, change direction and other way. Beautiful. And then give them a little bit of a shake out. Nice soft knees, wrap yourself round, feel a twist in the back, floppy arms, floppy fingers. Oh, feeling a bit of a twist. Lovely. Taking yourself back to the front, bringing them arms up again. This time we're going to take our arms forward. Nice soft knees here. So just while we're in this position, I want you to have soft knees. Your feet are nicely planted into the floor and your weight is distributed evenly. So you're not on your tippy toes. You're not with your heels digging in. So your weight is comfortably in. And while we're here, I want you to tighten your tummy and almost like tighten your rib cage in. So pull your rib cage in, almost like knitting it together at the front. So you're nice and solid from here down. So then reaching the arms up and we're going to take them forward together in big circles, but keeping your rib cage knitted together, tighten it at the front. So tummy nice and engaged, pelvis slightly under so you can keep your pelvic floor tilted forward ever so slightly so you can squeeze your pelvic floors. Lovely. Good. And then taking it the other way, taking it back, opening it up and out. Again, keeping that tummy nice and engaged and tight. All your core muscles engaged. Good. Lovely. And then relax. Lovely. We're just going to do the neck, just easing it slightly. So pulling the shoulders down, keeping that tummy nice and tight. Take the ear over to the shoulder. And lift it up, take it over to the other side. And up, and over. And up, and over. Good. And again. Lovely. And then this time, you're reaching the hand and just placing the hand on, pushing away with the opposite hand just to deepen that stretch. Beautiful. Gorgeous stuff. And lifting that hand off, taking it over to the other side. And again, just placing the hand on, pushing away with the opposite shoulder, deepening the stretch in the neck. Lovely. Fabulous. Lift that hand off, bringing your head back up, and then taking your head from right to left, from right to left, right, and left, and right, and left. Lovely. And then taking it center and just looking down to the floor, interlinking the fingers at the top, just placing the hands on, feeling the muscle stretching all down the back of the neck. Lovely. And from here, you might want to just turn your head from one side and then over to the other side. Just feeling any tension and just letting it release. Lovely. And then letting go of the hands and bringing yourself back upright. Lovely. I'm just going to have my next hand because I want to make sure I'm doing everything how I want it to be. Okay, fabulous. I'm going to bring them right onto my little chair so that I can see them. Okay, cool. So from here, do you have a little book stand? I need one. I want you to bring your hands in together. And again, I want you to really think about keeping everything super tight. So your core is nice and tight. My pelvis is slightly under so I can squeeze my pelvic floors more easily. I've got a softness to my knees, so I've not locked out my legs. They're slightly bent, micro bent. And feet are evenly, your weight is distributed evenly between your toes and your heels and between each foot. So everything's nice and solid. We're going to bring our hands down in between our legs and we're going to lift them up and just start to push through with our shoulders and then take it back down and then lifting it up and down and up and down and keep your tummy nice and tight. It might, so the reason I want to keep it tight is because I don't want us to go into a back bend like so. I want to keep your tummy nice and tight so that we are just working in the shoulders to begin with, rather than doing the whole back. So keeping it nice and tight as we take the arms up and down, up and down. Lovely. One more. up, and down. Lovely. Now taking it just one hand at a time. So just keep your hand on that tummy, just helps the reminder to keep it tight. Keeping the shoulders rolling forward and taking it up and down. Lovely. And up and down. And up and down. That's 4 and 5 and down. And 6 and down. And 7, taking it back as hard as you can. And 8 and down. And 9 and down. Last one. And 10 and down. Switch over. Up and down. And up and down. And up and down. I've lost count. I think that's 4. This one should be 5. And 6 and down. And 7 and down. And 8 and down. Last 2. 9 and down. Last 1 and 10 and down. Good, lovely. Next, what I want us to do is bring our hands out to the side. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. And what I want us to do is try and bring, so keeping everything tight as we have done before, try and bring your elbows further back. So my shoulder is in line with my elbow, and then I'm pulling, using my muscles, and pulling my elbow further back. And this will be opening up my chest ever so slightly and gently squeezing my shoulder blades in. So we're going to do that on both sides. So keeping the elbows in line with your shoulders, then pulling them back. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades. And we're going to lift the arms up and down. Good. And up and down. So squeezing the shoulder blades. And 2, keeping that tummy nice and tight. That's 3, lifting it up. That's 4. And up, that's 5, and up, that's 6, and up, that's 7, and up, that's 8, 2 more, that's 9, and up, that's 10, lovely. And just give a little bit of relax. So hopefully that's starting to feel quite tense because you're using your muscles the entire time. Now we're going to take ourselves lying down. If you want to grab a mat, feel free to do so. My mat just so that I can make sure that you in camera. Lovely. In fact, I'm going to turn this slightly so that you can see my body. So what I want you to do is take yourself lying down. And you're going to be on your front. I want you to just have your feet about shoulder width apart, pelvis is nice and neutral, and upper body is going to be the bit that's working. So we're just going to do a little bit more strengthening, conditioning in our shoulders. We did this exercise before we prepped for headstands, and it's just really good at strengthening all of the shoulders. So we're going to bring our right hand in front of us. That's where I'm going to place my forehead on my hand, and then my left hand is going to go up. My palm is facing in. Hopefully you can see this. Sorry, let's do my right hand. So my palm is facing in, and what I'm going to be doing is lifting it up and down. So I'm lifting it up as high as we can. We're going to do it 20 times with one hand, 20 times with the other hand. Then we're going to do the 2 together. Okay, I might just tilt the camera down so that you can see a little bit clearer, because I feel like my hands were off camera then. Okay, so we're lying down. I'm going to take my left arm first, and then I'm doing 20 lifts with one hand, and I will count them through so we'll make sure that we're all doing them together. So even though your head is on the floor, hopefully you can still follow and you don't need to look up. So head goes down, and then we're going to lift up our left arm and lifting it up, hold, hold, down. That's 1. Good. Lift it back up, hold, hold. That's 2. Lift it up, hold, hold. That's 3. Lift it up and down. 4. Up and down. 5. Up, hold, hold, down. 6. Up, hold, hold, down. 7. Up, hold, hold, down. 8. Up, hold, hold, down. 9. Up, hold, hold. That's 10. Up, hold, hold, that's 11. Up, hold, hold, that's 12. Up, hold, hold, that's 13. Up, hold, hold, that's 14. Up, hold, hold for 15, up and squeeze, that's 16, up and hold, that's 17, up and squeeze, that's 18, up and hold, that's 19, last one, up, hold, that's 20. Lovely. Switching it over to the other side. Don't worry if one feels more like it can get a bigger range than the other, that's absolutely fine. You're just recognizing it and observing it with no judgment. Are we ready? So forehead goes down, lifting up the arm and lifting it up. 1, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 2, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 3, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 4, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 5, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 6, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 7, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 8, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 9, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 10, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 11, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 12, hold, hold, and down. Lift for 13, and squeeze, and down. Lift for 14, lovely, and down. Lift for 15, good, and down. Lift for 16, up, and down. Lift for 17, up, and down. Lift for 18. Make sure we keep that tummy nice and tight. And down. Lift for 19. And down. Lift for 20. And down. Lovely. Hopefully you could hear me okay, even though my head is down. Now we're going to do the 2 arms together. So arms come directly in front of you. Bring your forehead down to the floor, and we're going to lift them 2 up together. You might find that you either get less range of motion or more range of motion with your arms together. Normally people feel like it's a little bit less, and that's totally fine. You're just going to be lifting them up as high as you can. So forehead goes down. We're just going to do 10 with the arms together. Are we ready? Let's go. For up, hold, hold, and down. That's 1, up, hold, hold. That's 2, and up, hold, hold. That's 3, and up, hold, hold. That's 4, and up, hold, hold. That's 5, and up, hold, hold. That's 6, and up, hold, hold. That's 7, and up, hold, hold, that's 8, and up, hold, hold, that's 9, and up, hold, hold, that's 10. Lovely. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, right where your thumbs are in your armpits. I want you to just lift yourself up, keeping yourself, pulling your shoulders back and down, so your chest is opening up, and then folding it back down, lifting it straight back up, and down, and up, and down. That's 2. Up, and down, and up, and down. Lovely. We're going to do the same movements again. So again with the arms lifting up in turn, but this time with our palms facing out. So instead of palms facing in, my thumbs face down and my palms are facing out. And again, we're going to start with one arm, do 20 lifts, do the other arm 20 lifts, and then 2 together, 10 lifts together. Are we ready? Yeah, let's go. Great. So bringing the arm, your head down, outside hand out in front. Let's go for lifting it up. For 1, hold, hold, and down. And 2, hold, hold, and down. And 3, hold, hold, and down. And 4, hold, hold, and down. That's 5, hold, hold, and down. Tummy's tight, hold, hold, and down. That's 7, hold, hold, and down. And 8, squeeze, and down. And 9, and down, and 10, and down, and 11, and down, and 12, and down, and 13, and down, and 14, and down, and 15, and down, and 16, and down, and 17, and down, and 18, and down, and 19, and last one is 20, and down. Lovely. Switch over to the other arm. Again, your palm is facing outwards, so your thumb is down, palm facing out. Are we ready to go? Lifting it up for 1, and down, and 2, and down, and 3, and down, and 4, and down, and 5, taking it as high as you can, and down, and 6, keeping the tummy tight, and down, and 7, and down, and 8, squeeze, and down, and 9, and down, and 10, and down, and 11, and down, and 12, and down, and 13, and down, 14, and down, and 15, and down, and 16, and down, and 17, and down, and 18, and down, and 19, and down, and last one, 20, and down. Lovely. Taking the two arms together, so both palms facing out, forehead comes down in the middle, and then we're lifting both arms up together. So we're going to do 10 of these. So forehead's down, let's get ready, and lifting it up and down. That's 1, up and down. That's 2, up, hold, and down. That's 3, up, hold, down. That's 4, up, hold, that's 5, tummy's tight, up, hold, that's 6, up, hold, that's 7, up, hold, that's 8, up, hold, that's 9, last one, up, hold, that's 10. Lovely. Bring the hands back underneath your shoulders, in with the thumbs near the armpits, gently lifting up and bringing it back down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Lovely. Now we're just going to hold our position where we were just a moment ago. So what I want you to do is bring your hands underneath your armpits, push yourself up, and I want you to just kind of like squeeze your shoulder blades, and we're just going to hold it here. Now what I want you to be really careful about is that you're pulling your shoulders down. So you don't want to be hanging in this position. I don't want to be sitting here. I want to be pulling my shoulders down, pushing my hips into the floor, so holding myself up. If this feels too intense, you can take it into the elbows instead. But wherever you are, you're keeping your shoulders up. I'm not kind of like sinking into them. I'm keeping my back active. I personally quite like to have my arms straight. I find that I can kind of like push off the ground in this position. And if that feels comfortable, you can then kind of like ease your hands closer and closer towards your hips, but keeping a nice long straight back, keeping your nice long neck, keeping the shoulders pulling back and down. Just holding it here, and again, keeping that shoulders pulling down and shoulders engaged. Don't sink into the shoulders. Lovely. Just keep holding it here. Lovely. Looking up to the sky, starting to feel a little bit of a bend in the lower back. Lovely. Just breathing it through. And then bend the arms, bring yourself back down. Lovely. Push yourself back up through into bringing your butt towards your ankles, tilting the pelvis under, just taking it into that reverse stretch, easing the back. Lovely. Pull yourself up. We're going to take ourselves into our onto all fours, making sure that our wrists are underneath our shoulders, knees are underneath our hips, and we're going to do our cat-cow. So we're pulling the pelvis under, rounding the back, separating the shoulder blades, and looking down underneath the legs. Lovely. Holding it here, really pushing through the shoulders, pushing down through every single part of the back. And then taking it the other way. Open it out, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Really tilting your butt away. Feel like your butt cheeks are almost like rotating outwards. That's how much I want you to be like pushing up. Lovely. Tucking it back under, rounding it over, push through the shoulders. Squeeze the pelvic floor, pelvis is tilting under. And then again, start with the pelvis, open that out, and then through the shoulders and looking up eventually. Good. And then let's roll that rib cage round in a circle. Just taking it through everything, every single motion. Stretching the rib cage up and over, out to the side, all the way, up and under. Good, lovely. Nice and slow so you can feel every inch of the stretch. And then change direction, taking it the other way. Pushing round. Lovely. Good. Lovely. Bringing yourself back down onto your tummy. We're going to bring them hands under, and again, we're going to take ourselves into this arched kind of position. Pushing your hips into the floor. If you want to have your hands further away, that's fine. Bring them closer as you want it to be more intense. And again, it's really important keeping them shoulders down. So we're keeping our shoulders engaged. We're not sinking into this position. I'm pulling my shoulders down. Nice long neck. Lovely. And then from here, I'm actually going to turn this sideways. So stay in your position just while I turn this sideways, so hopefully you can see more clearly. So pushed up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take one leg and bend the leg. So we're going to bend and then straighten. So keeping yourself pushed up, keeping your shoulders pulled down, we're going to bend that leg. So we're bending it for 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10, down, 11, 12, we're doing 20, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Switching over. 1, other leg. 2, 3, keep them shoulders down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep it going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, last 2, 19, and 20. Lovely. Relax yourself down, push yourself back up, bring your butt down, and just holding it here, resting out the back a little bit. Lovely. And just breathing into that, into your lower back. Fabulous. Rolling yourself back up, taking yourself back into that cobra position. So hands come back underneath. If you would prefer to keep it with your shoulders, if it's starting to feel quite intense in your lower back, feel free to bring your elbows down or take your hands further out, whatever kind of feels right for you and your body today. We're going to do the same thing again, but we're just doing 10. I'm just going to shuffle forward so my feet aren't behind the sofa. Lovely. So we're going to do 10 on each leg. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holding it at the top. And then what I want you to do is see if you can reach behind and hold onto your foot and maybe bring it closer towards your butt. So just holding it in for a moment. Lovely. And then relax. Switching it over to the other side. 10 lifts for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold it at the top. See if you can catch that hand behind and just give it a little pull in. So just deepening that stretch. You might feel it more in your hips, maybe feel it more in that quad. Lovely, and relax. Good. We'll take it back down. If you want to take it into that little resting pose as well, you're absolutely welcome to. Lovely. Good. So we're going to do the two together. So taking yourself back into your bend position. So bringing the arms up, and again, if you wish to, you can take it down into the elbows for it to feel slightly more gentle, or have your hands further away, but make sure you're not bringing the shoulders in. So you're still keeping your neck nice and long, and shoulders down. We're going to take the two legs together, bending the legs together, taking them in and down. Good. In, down. That's 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, 8, 9, nice long neck, and 10. Lovely. Relaxing it out. If you wish to, you can bring yourself back into that child's pose again. Or if you're like me, just want to lie on your front, just give your hips a little wiggle. Lovely. Pushing it through again. We're going to do the same thing again, and at the end we're going to hold. So we're going to lift them up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding at the top, and if you wish to here, you can kind of push yourself into it slightly deeper. Maybe lean your head back so you can get your toes towards your head. And just holding it here for a few seconds. Lovely, just holding it, holding it, holding it. Lovely, and then easing it down, just relaxing there. Good. We're just going to do that one more time, just going straight into that hold, feeling that deeper back bend. Lovely. When you're ready, let's take ourselves back up, pushing ourselves up. If you want to take yourself here, that's absolutely fine. You can lift that way instead. Whatever level you're at, either your hands are further away, arms are bent, or you can bring your hands closer to your hips. Bending your legs, toes come together, leaning yourself back, holding that stretch. Keep breathing, keeping that nice long neck. And relax it back down nice and gently. Good, lovely. Give your hips a little wiggle, lying down on the front. And what I want you to do is take your left leg, you're going to lift it up and take it over to the other side. Lovely, just feeling that stretch in that twist in the lower back. Lovely. And then taking it back, rolling onto your front. Take yourself up onto your elbows. We're going to do the same thing again, same side, lifting it up and over. Lovely. Just time to take it a little bit deeper, or in kind of like a different angle when you're on your elbows. Lovely. Switching it back, relaxing on your front, relax your body, your upper body, lifting up the right leg this time, and then taking it up and over, and just feeling the twist in your lower back. Wonderful. Taking it back over. Take yourself up onto your elbows, lifting the leg up again, and taking it over, just to have it at a slightly different angle. You might prefer one side than the other, taking it higher or lower. I just find that they both offer something. Lovely. And then relax, taking yourself back to the front. Good. And pushing yourself back up. Let me just double check I'm still on my plan. Yes, I am. Good. So from here, we're going to take our chair. So you want to grab your chair at this point. If you've got a slidey floor, just make sure that you're not putting it on anything that can, like, if it will slide away. So if you've got like a mat, maybe that would be really helpful so that it doesn't slide away. Okay, lovely. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be holding the chair, and then what I want you to do is take your foot, so taking one foot, and then taking the other leg really far back behind it. So one foot is not that far away, so you want to have your hands on the chair for stability, but not your weight in your arms. So it's just there for stability, or your desktop side, or however, whatever you're using. And then from here, keeping your back leg nice and straight, I want you to take yourself down into a nice deep lunge, as deep as you want to. Lovely. Now, if you wish to, this might feel a little bit too high now, and so if you want to, you can always turn your chair around and go for the lower option if you are going into a deeper lunge. I'm going to stick with it being a little bit high. Lovely. So while we're in this position, I want you to lift up your opposite arm to left. So I've got my right leg at the back, so I'm going to lift up my left hand. Keeping your hand on here for stability, I want you to reach your left hand up nice and high, and then looking up and over and leaning it backwards. So you might feel a stretch or deepening in that front hip. Lovely. And then taking it back center, lifting it back up, taking it back for number 2. And up. Good. Lifting it back up, out for 3, and up, down. Reach high, over, 4, back up, and reach high, over, 5, back up, relax. Same arm as leg, reach up, reach it high, leaning it back, and in. Reach high, lean back, that's 2, take up. Reach high, lean back, that's 3, take back. Reach high, lean back, that's 4, relax. Oh, sorry guys, I just have a little message. Relax, that's 4. Sorry guys, I thought I'd plugged this in and it's just come up with saying I'm running out of battery. Don't want to lose you, so give me 2 seconds. Relax, just take a little moment to walk through your hips. Wonderful. Switching over so we have the other leg at the front. Taking it back, keep your hips, slightly behind your hips, so they're on train tracks, not in line with one another, and taking yourself into a nice deep lunge, deep as you feel comfortable, keeping that back leg straight. And to begin with, we're going to take opposite arms, so my left leg is at the back, therefore my right arm is going to go forward first. So reaching it up, lift high, lean back. 1, return, lift high, lean back, that's 2, and reach high, lean back, return, that's 3, lean up, lean back, return, that's 4, reach up, lean back, last one, that's 5, let's switch out to the other arm, reaching the arm up, so now it's the same arm as leg, reaching it up, lean back, take it high, and good, reach up, lean back, take it high, and 10, reach up, lean back, oh my gosh, I've lost count, I think this was 4, reach up, lean back, I've only got to count to 5, I forgot to count this time, let's do one more just in case I've forgotten 5, lean back, good, lovely, walk yourself back in, good, sorry, I lost count there. I want us to be taking ourselves sideways and turn yourself out. So we're really stretching out the front of our arm, out of our chest here. And this might be a small stretch, and a big stretch for this. If you would like to take this deeper, you can take yourself down onto one knee, and then deeper still, you take yourself 6 down, so you can 10 times that stretch there. Lovely. Whatever feels best. I think mine's in the middle. Lovely. Taking it back up if you did go down, and then returning back to center. Switching it over to the other side. So hand goes on, and I'm facing the chair. Then I turn myself sideways, and then I open myself out, opening up that chest. And this might feel like a nice big stretch for you here, or you might want to take it deeper into a by taking your knees down to the floor, you're taking it into a deeper stretch. Rotating that chest all the way to the front. Deeper still if you want to, taking your butt, your knees down, your butt down to your feet. Lovely. Wherever feels best. For me, I'm just going to hold it here. I'm really trying to bring my chest round to face the front. Lovely. Taking it back up if you did decide to go down. And then returning back. Lovely stuff. Good. Holding onto your chair, I want you to hold onto your foot. I want you to hold onto the outside of it to begin with, and then we're going to switch and hold on the inside. And what I want you to do is lift your leg behind you. So push your hand into your leg, and just we're going to hold it here. So pushing, pushing. Maybe sort of on the hip. I want you to keep that chest high. Lovely. And then bringing it back down. Good. I want you to switch your hand position so your hand comes to the inside. I personally prefer it on the inside. And then from here, we're going to go back up again. So taking it out to begin with. And then if this feels comfortable, I'm just going to move mine down to my ankle. I find it a little bit easier to grip onto. I've got slippery feet. From here, if this feels okay, I want you to take your leg up as high as you can behind you. And you might feel a stretch in your lower back, opening all up, deepening that back bend, but I want you to try and keep your chest upright. So don't hinge forward. I want you to keep that chest upright, even if you're then taking your leg up high behind you. Lovely. Good work, guys. Keeping that chest up. Don't forget to breathe. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And then relaxing it back down. Good. Switching over to the other leg. So hand goes on your chair for support. Holding the outside of your foot. This is mainly to see what works best for you. So you can play around with both inside and outside of your foot. You can pick your favorite. So with the outside of your foot to begin with, and just easing into the stretch to begin with. So just lifting the leg up at the back. Keep breathing. And relax it down. Your hand on the inside of your foot this time, and we're going to take it back up again. So into that dancer's pose, and I'm going to take it onto the ankle. I do slip on my foot for some reason. Keep that chest up, as high as you can. You just straighten out. Lovely. Keep holding, keep breathing. And then easing it back down. Good. We're going to do it one more time on both sides, and this time I want you to pick whether you prefer having your hand over the front or on the inside. For me, it's the inside, but whatever works best for you. Hand comes to the inside. So leg one, and we're just going to take it up again. Keep that chest lifted, take it up behind you. Lovely. Keeping that chest lifted. From here, if you want to, you can see you can balance. I can't, apparently. Lovely. Hold. And then relax it back down. Good. Switching over. Finding the favourite side, either outside or inside. Going to the other leg. And lifting it up. And over. As you can, chest lifted. Yeah. And then relaxing it back down. Lovely. Now that's quite an intense stretch. So just give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. Pop your chair to one side. Lovely. So from here, I want you to take yourself back onto your mat. Whoops. Moving me back around. And we're going to practice some of our bridge holds. So to begin with, what I want you to do, I'm going to show you the move, and then I'm going to show you the different alternatives depending on where you're at and what you feel most comfortable in. So you're going to be lying yourself down, bringing your feet in line with your knees, and then on your hips. And what I want you to do, so here the easiest option, is to push your butt up into the sky. Now I like to then bring my feet a little bit closer and try and hold onto my feet and then rotate my shoulders in so that I can really kind of take it into a deeper back bend. So my shoulders start coming underneath me and I'm trying to maybe like bring my feet in and I can hold onto my feet and push a little bit deeper. So that's one option for you if you don't like going into a bridge. Your second option is to take it into the bridge, keep your feet nice and wide, and you can take your hands underneath you. So we're going to take our hands underneath our shoulders and we're going to push ourselves up into our position. Now what I want you to really think about in this position is where your weight is. Now if you hold your weight in your feet, then your hands can feel a little bit like they've not been able to, they're kind of being at a difficult angle. Whereas if you bring your weight further into your arms, so pulling the chest over, you can feel a little bit more, you're able to have a little bit more movement in your bridge. So just taking it back down. If you're practicing a bridge, I want you to just go up initially and just feel what it feels like, maybe bringing your weight further over into your hands, bringing that weight over into your shoulders a little bit more, so that it's evenly distributed between your legs and your arms. Okay, so we're going to go into the bridge again. I do love a bridge, so we're just going to hold it wherever feels right for you. So if you're doing your lift up from here, that's absolutely great. Or if you're taking your feet up, that's absolutely fine. We're just going to bridge. We're lifting it up, pushing it up, and then bringing your weight evenly between your feet and hands. So hold it everywhere. So pushing the hips up to the sky, on tippy toes, pushing the hips up, pushing the hips up, pushing the hips up. Lovely. Take it back down, relaxing it down. I don't like to think about like I almost envisage someone is coming underneath me and kind of lifting me up by my hips. So my hips are like pushing up. So I imagine that someone's underneath pushing my hips up, or they're lifting me up by the hips. So my hips are very active in this position. My hips are pushing up, pushing up, pushing up to the sky, and that's what helps give me a bit more lift and taking it a little bit deeper. If this feels okay and you'll feel more confident in your bridge, then what I'm going to invite you to do is just move your feet up and down. So you're distributing your weight between your feet. You can't distribute your weight between your feet at a time if your weight is all in your feet. So this is where it's really important to bring more of your weight over into your shoulders by shifting that weight more into your shoulders, means you can lift up one foot at a time. And while you're in this, you then can play around, if you wish to, bringing your feet a little bit further inwards, taking it into a deeper back bend. Now, if you don't want to lift your feet off, then you can either practice your bridge again, just holding that in that bridge and just practicing it one more time, or holding it in that bridge where your shoulders are on the floor and keep focusing on pushing them hips up a little bit higher. So there's a couple of options for you there. So we're just going to take it up and see if we can lift off those feet if you wish to, or holding the bridge or holding your glute bridge, depending on where you're at and what feels right for you tonight. Okay, so taking it up, pushing it up into your bridge, bringing your weight through your body, your arms and your feet, and then seeing if it feels like lift up one foot at a time, and then walking up in. Lovely, good. And relaxing it back down. Fabulous. If you were at that stage where you can feel like you can take one leg off at a time, then I want you to have a little play with doing a lifting that leg off and work towards our bridge split. If you're not at that stage, don't worry. We're all at different variant parts of our journey, and sometimes people have really bendy backs, some people don't, and honestly, don't worry if you're not at that stage. It's just something for if you do feel like, actually, this lifting my legs off feels fine, let's see if we can take it a little bit further, and then it will deepen that stretch and deepen that hip flex as well. So you can either go through your glute bridge again, pulling them hips up. Your second option is holding your bridge and working on getting that weight evenly between your arms and your feet. And your third option, if you feel comfortable with your bridge and you feel comfortable taking your feet off, then we're going to lift one leg up. You can either take it into a bent leg, or you can straighten it out and see if we can get it more into a glute stretch and full leg, maybe into a split. We'll see how we get on. So if you're not sure, you can watch me first and then join in, but you're like, oh, I get what you're doing. So I'm going to take myself into my bridge. Like so, make sure I'm evenly distributed. And then from here, I'm going to lift up one leg and see if I can straighten it up. And then switch it over to the side. Lift, and then. And you can also play around doing it with a straight leg at the bottom, which is way more intense. And so if you wish to, if you just watch that one, feel free to have a little play with that now. Maybe have a little roll if you've just done it with me, just to relax and massage your lower back. Lovely. Good. Woo. Wonderful stuff. And then your final one, I know I'm getting slightly over on time, hopefully you can stay with me. Your final one, and this is just if you want to push that bridge just a little bit more, take it into a deeper back bend. If you don't want to do this, then don't worry at all. Just like feel like stay away from your journey. But if you want that extra little bit of a push, then what we're going to do is we're going to take our feet together. So if we have our feet further apart and your knees further apart, it's slightly easier. And if we bring our feet together, it's a lot more intense. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our feet together, see how that feels. If it feels okay, bringing the legs together, and then we're going to try and straighten out the legs, then bend the knees, then straighten again, then bend the knees. We can maybe inch a little bit closer, and then straighten and bend again. So we're just going to straighten it 3 times. So try and get the straight legs 3 times. And if you wish to, you can bring your feet closer to your hands as you do it, so more intense, as you progressively deepen that stretch. Don't worry if you're not there. You don't have to do this. It's just an option for you should you want to take it into a deeper stretch. If this hurts, don't do it, squeeze into your body, then go with your body limits. Okay, so this is our final bridge. So feel free to just do your favourite bridge if you're like, no, I don't want to do that bit, then you can do your favourite bridge. So if you're joining me, we're going to take ourselves into our bridge, pushing ourselves up, bringing our weight into our shoulders as well as our feet, bringing our feet together. And then from here, knees together, and straight and relax and straighten and relax. If you wish to here, maybe bring your feet in closer, but make sure you're not. And straighten and relax. Bring your feet wider and take yourself back down. Lovely. Woo! Wonderful stuff. Hold on to your knees, and we're just going to rock from one side to the other. On one side to the other. Lovely. And then taking yourself completely over to one side, and then you're going to open out your arms and look away from your knees. Just feeling that twist in the lower back. Lovely. Taking your knees back up, taking them over to the other side, and taking the gaze over to the other side as well. Away from my knees. I'm going to drop over to my right side, over to my left side. Lovely. Bring them back up. And from here, give them a little hug and just gently rocking, rounding out the back so that you feel like you're having a little bit of a massage on your back. Lovely. And then when you're ready, roll yourself over to your side, sit yourself up, and from here, we're going to do a couple of shoulder rolls just to end the session. So taking the shoulders up and down, up and down, up and down, reverse, up and down, up and down, up and down. Take the ear over to the shoulder, lifting it up over to the other side, lifting up and down to toes, interlinking the fingers, place the hands on the head. And then relax. Woo! Guys, that was a really intense session. We did a lot there, so huge well done for your efforts, your work towards that. That was not easy. That was some pretty tough stuff that we did there, so really well done. I hope that you all loved it. Let me check in with you guys.